All right, I'm out here in Rotorua. I'm with the 14R AJ Axtens, the Rotorua Rebels spokesperson. How are you, brother?
Yeah, good, bro. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you too, mate. Seventh season in the Racing Teams, bro. You're a past winner. You've been on the podium many times, bro. This weekend is something special, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Like it's our favourite weekend on the Speedway calendar, and to do it with our good mates and special people, it just makes it more bloody exciting in that team environment. So yeah, 7 years, probably getting a bit old in the tooth in that respect. Don't want to hang around it for too long, but we can't wait, bro.
Yep, your team this year, mate. You've got the Element Robbie cap. So without Skip and Skip we trust.
Skip and
Yep.
Skip we trust.
We've got you.
Yeah.
AJ Axtens, we've got both the Short brothers, mate.
Yep.
So we've got Dale and Brent. Dale back after a couple of years off. We've got Mig, and we've got a new addition, mate, Robbie Morris.
Yeah.
Robbie Morris, mate, new addition to your team.
Yeah.
Has been in the tenfold for a while. Raced many Huntley teams with you guys.
Yeah.
Raced in the Rotorua Rascals for a few years, so he knows what it's all about, and it's good to see him finally kit up for the Rotorua Rebels at Palmerston North, mate.
Absolutely. Like you said, you rattle off those boys that we've been together. All of us have been together for such a long time now, and even like past that Speedway, we all grew up together,
Yeah.
Like Alan's been good mates of ours for a while. The Stewarts we went to school with, played footy together. Robbie, like you said, has been in the mix now for a long time through stock cars, and so teams racing is nothing new to him. But it's cool to actually to see having that 6 cars and to throw those guys into race whenever. And he's got awesome kit, and like he's fully dedicated. So it's cool having him back in the mixer, and it's going to be a great weekend. And then you got Mick Rumney, obviously the old greatest fisherman in New Zealand, so to speak. He's actually at the Barrier at the moment, the cheeky bugger. But cool having him. He speaks for himself. Comes with a wealth of knowledge with his old man and stuff. So I mean, collectively, you put all those boys in a group around good people, and I think the results speak for themselves. So it'll be a good camaraderie of boys, and just bring on the weekend, bro.
Pretty cool though that the fact of the two Short brothers, Brent and Dale, Mig and Robbie, all being managed by your dad in the Rotorua Rascals before, so your dad knows them to a T.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest attributes for the Rotorua Rebels, mate, is that everyone knows everyone like the back of their hand.
Yeah.
Having Dale back in there this year is a huge thing, mate.
Yeah.
Had a season off after sort of like a terrible accident the year
freak
before.
accident thing,
So good to have Dale back in the team, mate.
For sure, like exactly what you said, those boys are raced with the Rascals. It's almost like one of those old, like a rugby coach or something, bro, or a school teacher, They went through the ranks, so, I mean, at times they probably get a little bit annoyed with old Axe keeping them in line, but they have that mutual respect and that mutual trust, and I think that speaks testament to building relationships and trust, So, it's quite cool. They've carried on through the Rascals, and now they've jumped in the hot seat, and now we're doing our same thing in the Rebels, and so it's a cool group of guys, and it's a special group of guys, and I mean a whole bunch of our Rebels camp's quite big as well with drivers, and we're quite fortunate to have quite a decent pool with drivers now, and sometimes it's a bit of a cutthroat one, and it's a bit of a hard decision on who gets to go to what events, but I think it's a testament to how much we love our club and stuff, because we don't jump ship, we don't go to other tracks just to go teams racing, bro.
Yep.
So we stay in our lane, and we love our club and where we're from, and I think that's and that's a big thing with building a team and trust and stuff,
Yeah, 100%. And trust is the number one goal, mate. You guys have been in the top 4 arguably for the last 6 or 7 years. There's been 1 year where you didn't really finish in the top 4, and you've been winners. You've been semi-finalists. Arch nemesis, the Glen Eagles, mate.
Jaden Ward, the bugger.
Yeah, so Glen Eagles taking it out back-to-back years, of course. Arguably the hardest team this weekend will be the Glen Eagles. They've gone back-to-back with the same team, but then they've added the likes of Jay Huggies Holtham as well. Yeah. What is it that the Glen Eagles just do so well, mate?
They, I suppose you could almost say they're quite similar to us. We don't blow our own trumpet. We kind of stay in our lane, and they've kind of built a team, obviously, around Jaden and Harley and that lot, which are great drivers within themselves, but they're not just championship drivers, they're a championship team. They work very, very well. They're very technical with what they do and how they approach a race. Like, there's probably not too many races down there you'll see them do a poster hit or something. It's very technical, and they get the job done really, really clean. I mean, you just look at how they dispatched us in the final last year. It was very, very technical, and hey, they're at the pinnacle. So I would say the pressure's on them as well, but Jaden and those boys have got pretty cool shoulders, So A great team. They're going to be very hard to knock off. I'm not too sure who their draw is, but yeah, I don't know, maybe I can go down the Christchurch camp or something, bro, and put a little bit of sand or something down there. Try some tank or something. But there'll be one to watch out for sure.
Yep, 100%. What is it about teams, mate? So you pull out that pit gate for Grand Parade. There's 17,000 people screaming all sorts of stuff at you. They're either cheering for you, they're booing you. Mate, 7 years of doing this, and I bet it never gets old.
Nah, it's a hell of a buzz. I remember when I first kind of came into the camp and not getting warned about it, but just made aware of it because there's nothing else like it. So it was a little bit daunting at the start. By the second year, third year, you kind of get used to it a little bit, but it's a little 1%. I try to keep it as very minimal as I can. You go through your formalities and stuff, but at the end of the day, you still got your mind on the job as when you strap on your belts and stuff. But there's nothing else like it. It's almost like you get treated like All Blacks, for a weekend, and you get yelled at and cheered, and there's kids around, and you get your mates out there throwing bloody the birdie at you or something, having too many beers down there. But it's like nothing else I've ever experienced before. So now you lap it up, you enjoy it, but you only take it for a grain of salt at the end of the day because you're there to do a job, race one.
Yep. Then you pull out the gate, mate. You get your 4 laps in.
Yeah.
What's going through your head in those 4 laps, mate? Of course, you pull out there, you get the 4 laps to see if your car's all dialed in, if everything's right. That must be the most nerve-wracking 4 laps of the whole entire season. You qualified for 240s just last weekend.
Yeah.
You did really well in 240s. Arguably, that's probably one of the most nerve-wracking things for anyone.
Yeah.
But those 4 laps before you buckle up,
Yeah.
and you can't count anyone out. No. Every team this year is solid.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, you probably 7-8 years ago, you could probably almost pick a top 4 or virtually was going to win it. But now every team is full of hot rods, and they lay it on the line, which is it's quite a cool place to be, I reckon, being an underdog or a dark horse because they've got nothing to lose, So they're the ones you got to watch out for. But yeah, pulling out of the gate, it's a bit of a weird one, I reckon it almost goes black, like by the time you drive at the pit gate. And I remember I quote it from old Barry Hunter. We went around there, rest his bloody soul, but we went around to his place for a barbecue before. Well, I was quite a youngster in teams, and just kind of hearing the things he talked about. He's a real smooth dude, man. And he just said to go out there, look at the track, high and low, where's the wet spots, and everything be smooth, And I think that's kind of why Kenny's such a bloody lead runner in Rotorua. So, but something about going out there pit gate and everything just goes black. And just try to remember what Baz said, select first gear and select second and just find your groove, It's not about to win a race and doing your hot laps. Yeah. It's about just figuring out a track, where you get a bit of drive if you're going to stay low or if it's going to be wide. So the 4 laps go pretty fast though, Like,
100%.
Yeah, it goes pretty fast. And then after that, check a flag, your 3-minute bell if you need any little touch-ups, And then you go on, by the time you get to the infield, bro, and you're looking and you got all your mates next to you, it's like, it's game time, mate. Yep. It's like suiting up for a footy game. Yeah, man, it's like no other feeling,
Came here to do a job.
Yeah, 100%. And you got nowhere else to hide now. Like you said, you got 17,000 people watching you. There's nowhere to hide or lie.
Oh, hell no, mate. Adding in the 6th car this year, mate. Rather than a 6th driver, you've got 6 cars.
Yeah.
For you, mate, I witnessed this last year, of course, being part of the Rotorua Rascals up in Auckland. The 6th car was a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, it's I think it's been coming for a while. It probably came in a little bit, not late, because it's here now, but to have that person fitted in your own car and to be safe in there, like it would be like if you imagine Brent Stewart or Lance got hurt and I had to go jump in their car, they jump in a little Wiener's car,
Big ogre.
Farmer's a little bit bigger, But I think it's great. It should be great for safety. And I'm not too sure what the ruling is just yet, if they're going to use it at any time or if they're going to use it just as a 6th driver. But having 6 drivers, 6 cars, I reckon, is paramount down there,
100%, mate, because the speed that these cars are travelling at now, being comfortable in your own car, knowing exactly what your own car's going to do, the power of your own car, you're not going to get caught out with sort of guys maybe with underpowered cars jumping in a car like yours that's got the best of the best and getting caught out at the end of the straight, not knowing when to brake. And
that's it, And all those little things come into it as well, where you're seated in the car, how high you are, if you can see a mirrors. And in your car, you might be able to see your front left shock if you can't see that. All those little things add to comfortability in a car, And if you're not 150% in your car, you shouldn't be down there. So, it's a dangerous enough sport as it is in your own car, let alone jump in someone else's, So, no, I reckon it's a good rule, and I hope it works. I think it should work.
Yep. A few last questions, mate. Biggest dark horse to watch out for this weekend besides the Rotorua Rebels?
Oh, dark horse. They're all dark horses, I see those James brothers are going to Australia and linked up with Hamish Booker and Tyler Walker and them. But then you look at Wanganui, I don't think I could put my finger on the pulse to say who would be a dark horse. Those GP boys are pretty hard to get around. That's a bit of a hard one, to be honest.
Yeah, it is this year, eh?
And that's what makes it so cool to the crowd, bro. You know, like you just never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
You might line up against someone pops my right front tire and I'm useless, you know.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a tough one, but anyone out there, I reckon.
Yep. Favourite teams champs moments, mate?
Oh, it'd have to be that 2021 championship, you know, to go that whole weekend unbeaten, to be underdogs as well, you know, talked about being a dark horse and nothing to lose. And then to cross that fine line, just look around and see all your mates and family, and yeah, that was the best by a long way, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Favourite banger to play on the way down to teams?
Oh, bangers. I mean, we're farmers, so we enjoy the country and stuff, eh? But, I mean, it's not really a country event, so... now on the Speedway playlist, we got a bit of Tupac, B.I.G. and
nice.
Those ones are kind of the mellow ones that get us going, eh? So we got their theme song, Red Kingdom, and Jaden's Eagles song's not too bad either, you know. I think I played that on one of our parades actually one time and stole their song. So just a couple of those ones to get you in the mood, eh, bro?
Yep. As a kid, mate, of course you would have gone to many teams. Your favourite memory as a child, mate, watching the Rotorua Rebels do their thing.
Yeah.
Of course, we had many greats, mate. With, like you said, the Barry Hunters, Jeff Moe,
Pat Westbury's.
the Craig Richards, the list goes on for Rotorua. What was your favourite thing going to Palmerston North teams?
Man, I reckon, I don't know, I wasn't at that teams, but one I watched on tape a lot was when we actually won that teams champs, you know, and it got overturned. It even went to court.
Yep.
I was around at Pet's the other day and he was still reminding me about it, you know, got overturned, but just watching those old school Roosters, man, they just rolled up their sleeves, It was something different back then. You know, I kind of look back at it and think that it was probably harder back then. When you watch tape, but then you watch what we do now these days, and it's probably a bit different, you know. But watching the Barry Hunters, the Lyle Rumneys, all those old guys, I shouldn't say old, old now maybe, older than me, do so well. Yeah, that's what makes us so proud about it, eh? And it's so cool as time goes on now that we're a part of that movement now, and hopefully down the track there can be some young mini stock Roosters want to be like the Allens and the Brents and the Dales and stuff, eh? So yeah, watching those guys, man, that was cool.
Favourite thing about him being a Rotorua Rebel?
Favourite thing about being a Rotorua Rebel? Just good people surround themselves with good people, I reckon, you know, and there's no animosity in our group, and it's something that we probably carried over from playing a lot of years in footy, and try to establish a culture and stuff, and it's really stuck. So we've just got real good people around us, our wives, our partners, our crews, and, you know, it's not just us driving the cars these days, it's people strapping us in, our pit crews, and it's just an enjoyable group to be a part of, man, you know, like... me and Ellen we do these interviews and we just give each other just complete shit the whole way. But you know, we get on our track and we know that we've got our backs 150%. So the main one I would say is just good people who surround themselves with good people, eh? Yep.
For any rookies out there watching this, mate, what's one little bit of advice that you can give them heading into the biggest event of the year?
Do your prep right. Do the It's probably bloody quite cliche, but your race is won in the shed. So double check all your gear and be confident in yourself. Watch your mirrors and don't hesitate, you know. But you'd rather take a bunt than outrun someone. So yeah, that would be watch your mirrors, take a bunt, and just be confident in yourself.
Lastly, mate, any thank yous that you guys want to do a little bit of shout out, putting you on the spot here with sponsors and stuff like that? Any special thank yous, man? Without having a list of sponsors, literally I'll just say that to all of our supporters, our management, you know, like this starts a year ago, this event. So, you know, you got Dad in our management, and then you got the likes of Lyle, Graham, McRobbie, and then you have the Hunters, Bertha and Dwayne, man, like they tirelessly run around after us, whether we're cooking food, selling 240s tickets. All of our wives, man, partners, it's a whole collectively as a group, and I think that's what makes Rotorua so special. So, just everyone a part of the Rotorua Rebels that gets behind us, man. Take our hats off to you. Yeah, one more thing, actually, the Red Kingdom that stand up in those stands, mate. Any last words for them?
Man, come back. We'll be giving it 150%. So come get behind us, man, because we've got such staunch supporters in Rotorua. I mean, they were with us when we went winning and now ride with us when we do quite well. So stand up, make some noise, man, and we'll do our very best to blow some people to pieces.
Yeah, I just remember one more thing. Merchandise and stuff,
Yep,
where can you
yep.
find that? Fastlane Spears again this year?
Fast Lane Spears, they're going down there, opening that up, and we're having a barbecue, so everyone's welcome down there at 10:30.
Yep.
We're going to do that, and our fan van's going to be hot full of all the new merch this year as well. So that'll be coming to Fast Lanes. It'll be at the square. It'll be at the track. So they're fully stocked up from kids to adults. They're all different sizes. So come and join us and jump on the Red Kingdom wagon, and we're on.
10 o'clock at Fastlane Spears on the Friday. I'll be there. I'm going to do a live interview with the rest of the Rotorua team. I'll grab X-Man as well, get him on the mic, and we'll do a little bit of a live from there and say a bit of a thank you to Fastlane Spears. They're a sponsor of mine and sponsor yours. And anyway, man, thank you for letting me come down and have a chat. And good luck for next weekend, brother.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, brother.
Cheers, bro.
Sweet as, that's us.